Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jack bringing you my week 5 battle video versus Rodney and the Florida Feraligatrs. We did end up doing our battle a week early. I was able to talk to him, and we ended up doing it a week early because my week next week is going to be a little bit hectic. And I just didn't really have a lot of time in order to prep and schedule out a battle, so he was able to help me out a little bit and do it during week 4. We actually did end up doing it before my actual week battle versus Matt. That's going to be going down tomorrow. And I believe I may have kind of spoiled a little bit of my team builder for versus Matt in my team builder versus Rodney. So I'm just going to upload both battles and both team builders at the same time, just in case Matt might have gotten a unfair advantage versus me seeing my team builder for Rodney. So both of those should be going up tomorrow night or Sunday at the latest. Anyways, going into the actual battle at team preview here, I'm gonna can I switch sides? I don't see a button to switch sides, unfortunately. So we are obviously seeing it from Rodney's point of view, but that shouldn't make too much of a difference. I see the Mega Swampert, Tapu Koko, Landers, Kyurem, Pelipper, and Kingdra. A lot of stuff I expected him to bring. I'm a little surprised about the Kingdra. I was thinking probably Suicune over Kingdra, but for the most part, pretty much stuff I expected to see. I do see right off the bat that once Tapu Koko is out of the way, Manaphy just has a field day versus the rest of the team, barring as long as one rain is not up. Or if it is up, then Manaphy is at an appropriate amount of health to be able to take a hit from Kingdra and or Swampert. So I was originally going to start off the battle with Zapdos, because it is Choice Scarf and it outspeeds his entire team, barring obviously Swift Swimmers or a randomly scarfed Keldeo, or not Keldeo, sorry, Tapu Koko. But I decided to start off with Mew because I didn't want to either lock myself into HP Ice or into Volt Switch, depending on what he may lead or switch into on the first turn. Start off with the Mew. Can't get up the box. I see he starts off with Landorus, so I just go for the Will-O-Wisp here because either he hard switches or I get to cripple this Landorus. So as you see, I did get to burn him, which is very nice because that is one huge threat that is off. And here I see he's Life Orb Landorus, but based on the damage he did, he's not fully optimally invested. So it was some weird defensive set. Obviously, you did see that my Mew outsped. I'm going to pause it real quick. So I did see my Mew outsped the Landorus, which does mean it's more of a bulky set, because obviously I'm not running, as you guys know, any speed investment on my Mew. So he is like bulkily offensive, although, like I said earlier, he's not fully offensively invested, so it's kind of a weirdish set. Maybe it might have been full max attack Impish or something like that. So he does go out into Tapu Koko. As I saw Flo just go out to full HP, which I do lose on 1% as I get the turned on. So unfortunately, Mew is going to die needed for some nice fodder in order to get in something safely. I decided to go into Licky Licky here because I need up any hit from Tapu Koko for a return. So no drawback play, even if he goes into Landorus. Since it is burn, it doesn't really threaten me, and I can just go for the Ice Punch afterwards. Just go for U-turn here, and I'm just going to go for the safe Power Whip, because I didn't want to give Swampert a safe switch in. He's just going to Kingdra instead, and I know that I can live at least one hit from any variant of Kingdra. And based on the Power Whip damage, I know that a return will knock it out, so I'm able to get rid of that threat fairly early on, which is very nice. Here I'm going to stay on the Tapu Koko because I figured I might be able to live a hit with my Assault Vest, but as you guys saw, I was not able to live that hit. And so, as I mentioned at the start of the video, Tapu Koko needs to be gone for Manaphy to sweep, basically. And I obviously, as you guys know, I do have the Scarf Nidoking in the back, which can easily destroy the Tapu Koko with a Sludge Wave. However, I wanted to hide the fact that I was scarfed at least at this part of the game, and I didn't want to lock myself into Sludge Wave because that could potentially give him a free switch into either Landorus or into Swampert. And even though Landorus is burnt, it will be able to do massive amounts of damage if not destroy my Nidoking. And obviously if I'm locked into Sludge Wave, then I won't be able to do anything to it. So doing the damage calcs, I saw that Ice Beam did around 47 to 53% to the Tapu Koko. So obviously it's at, I think, around 68% right now. So I need to get just a little bit more chip damage so that I can get in my Nidoking and safely go for an Ice Beam to knock it out instead of having to rely on the Sludge Wave. So here I'm going to go into the Doublade and just go for a Shadow Sneak because he does have no resistances, and I'm able to get a nice hit off the top of Coco and get it down to 38%. Excuse me, which does put it in range of an Ice Beam. Now he does get a crit on the Thunder, which may have mattered if it weren't for the crit, then it would have been a roll, 50-50 roll with the Stealth Rock damage. Either way, Doublade does go down here, and now I am able to safely get in my Nidoking and just go for an Ice Beam and knock the top of Coco out. And that is basically the only thing that's standing in the way of a Manaphy sweep. Here, I'm just going to sacrifice my Mew because I see that there are 2 turns of rain left. So here's my thinking. I'm going to sack off the Mew as he goes for Waterfall, Earthquake, whatever he wants. And that's going to burn 1 turn of rain. And then I'm going to get in my Manaphy for free. As you see, he does go for the Waterfall right here. And I'm going to get in my Manaphy. This is the last turn of rain. So here, he's either going to stay in and potentially sack his Swampert to an Energy Ball, or he's going to switch out and try to preserve it. So my thinking here is he's going to switch because his Swampert is 100% his win condition. So I figure he's going to switch, and I'm going to go for the Tail Glow here. He does switch into his Kyurem as I go for the Tail Glow right here. And I was just crossing my fingers he wasn't Scarf Kyurem, and he's not, and I go for the Dazzling Gleam, and that's knocks out. Here he goes into the Pelipper, reset up the rain, and here I just go for the Dazzling Gleam, knock it out. And basically his only chance at winning here is he goes into Swampert, and here you're going to see he's going to go for the Rock Slide, and basically his only chance of winning at this point was getting a Rock Slide flinch, because if he did get the flinch, then the Earthquake did take me out from that range. But he did not get the flinch, and I am able to get off the Z, Bloom Doom. Obviously that was overkill, and Energy Ball would have done the job, but I just wanted to show off the set, because why not? And I am able to take the game with an Ice Beam on the Landorus, Manaphy netting a nice 4 kills, Lickilicky putting in some work as well, and Nidoking snatching a win there. So even though this battle was only 16 turns as opposed to, like, what was it, the 60-something turns versus Jacob, a lot of thought was put in on both sides. Like, there was a good 2 minutes between each move. Rodney definitely put in a lot of thought. I could see him he was like doing the calcs behind the scene. He definitely put a lot of work and thought into both prepping as well as the battle, so very well done in his part. Obviously, we do have a rematch later on in the season. Rematches are always more difficult because you have more of an idea of, 1, your opponent's play style, and 2, what they're likely and unlikely to bring. And it's much more mind games, kind of, because you can see what they brought in the past, and it's a mind game whether they'll bring the same thing in the past or go for something entirely different, or kind of a nice medium between the two. So I definitely look forward to that rematch. It's going to be a fun one. Like I said, in the team builder, he definitely has a favorable matchup against us. I think the main reason why I won this match was going into my team prep. Because like I said, he definitely played extremely well, put a lot of thought into each of his moves. So like I said, I'm just really looking forward to that rematch. Thanks a lot, guys.